What if you could die and come back again and again and again? That's the world of Mickey 17, a future where death isn't the end. It's part of the job. Today, we dive into the sci-fi world built by Bong Joon-ho, based on the novel by Edward Ashton, and why Mickey 17 just might be 2025's wildest mind trip yet. Welcome to Apaulous, the channel that breaks down the biggest stories in film and series with deep dive recaps, layered reviews, and post-movie shorts that keep you thinking long after the credits roll. If it's sci-fi, surreal, or just plain mind-bending, we're on it. Let's dive into Mickey 17, where immortality has a cost and identity is a glitch in the system. Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon-ho, takes Edward Ashton's novel and turns it into a heady, thought-provoking sci-fi ride that's one part existential crisis, one part space colony thriller. The setup is deceptively simple. Mickey Barnes isn't expendable. He works for humanity's last hope, a colony ship heading to a harsh, barely survivable planet called Niflheim. His job? Do the things no one else will. Dangerous repairs, risky scouting, suicide missions. Because when Mickey dies, they just make another one. Print the body, upload the memories. Boom, he's back. And at first, Mickey's okay with that. But then, something breaks the loop. Mickey 7 goes on a mission. He's presumed dead. So what do? They print Mickey 8. Two versions of Mickey. Same memories, same face, but suddenly, two lives. This is where it gets messy. Because technically, this is a glitch. Only one Mickey is supposed to exist at a time. That's the rule. That's the system. Now there are two. And they're both very much alive. The colony's leadership, cold, authoritarian, pragmatic, doesn't care who Mickey is. He's a tool, a disposable asset, a number. But now there are two numbers. And neither wants to be deleted. What follows is a strange dance of survival, deception, and identity. Mickey 7 has memories the other doesn't. Mickey 8 is a cleaner copy, more loyal to protocol, but both are aware. And that's the danger. This isn't just about being alive. It's about being allowed to exist. Mickey 17 asks one terrifying question. What if the cost of immortality is that your life doesn't matter? Every time Mickey dies and comes back, the weight of death gets lighter. But his sense of self? That gets heavier. He remembers pain. He remembers fear. He remembers dying. And now, with a duplicate walking around, he remembers what it feels like to be replaced. You start to wonder, am I still me, or just a backup? If you've got the same memories, the same thoughts, but someone else is living your life, are you the glitch? As both Mickeys try to navigate this colony, its power structures, secrets, and brutal survivalism, one thing becomes clear. They can't both survive. The colony won't allow it. So what do? They hide, they lie, they scheme. One Mickey takes over physical tasks, the other keeps a low profile. But tension builds, suspicion grows, and eventually, something's got to break. Without spoiling every twist, let's just say this. The deeper you go into Mickey 17, the more you realize it's not just about Mickey. It's about how systems treat people as replaceable. How survival at any cost turns into control at all costs, and how identity, memory, and soul don't always align. Because Mickey might be a clone, but he's also more human than most of the people calling the shots. Visually, Mickey 17 is slick, sterile, and cold, just like the world it portrays. Long corridors, harsh lights, technology that feels eerily indifferent. And in classic Bong Joon-ho fashion, there's tension, there's weirdness, there's rebellion simmering under the surface. This isn't a flashy, action-packed space opera. It's quiet, focused, psychological. It asks questions, and it lets them hang. So what is Mickey 17 really about? It's about the fear of not mattering, of being one version too late, of dying for a cause you never chose, of realizing the only person who sees you as human is you. It's a sci-fi story, sure, but it's also a mirror. And what you see in that mirror, that's up to you. Mickey 17 isn't here to tell you what to think. It's here to unsettle you, to whisper in your ear. You might live forever, but will anyone remember who you were? If you're into cloning, cosmic survival, and sci-fi that dares to ask what makes a soul, you already know. Stay Dreamwoke.